Hello everyone, welcome back to the Book of Hours. Let's dive right in. So where were we? Losing our sanity over eggs, I think. Yes. So, I hope you enjoyed the previous 2 or 3 episodes. I tried to do a bit more editing with them, as you hopefully have noticed. But yeah, I have a few things I need to think about with that, whether I want to do more editing focused videos or less editing focused videos. I'll probably get into it in a bit. Or I should get into it now. I'll put a timestamp on the screen if you want to skip over this. But basically, so I'm thinking more about what I'm doing with the videos, in the sense of like, so the more I edit a video, the more time it takes to make the video. Essentially, with a normal half-hour unedited video, or largely unedited, I can basically hit recording, I can play for half an hour, and then I can just basically quickly run it through an editing program just to make sure it's got like the fade in, fade out at the beginning and end, and double check there's no background noise or anything that I don't want to go in the video. So that's like half an hour of recording and half an hour of playing the game, and I can put that up. However, from like a viewer's perspective, you've probably seen, I mean, this is what, episode 44-ish of the series. If this is your first, if you're diving in at episode 44, which by the way, people are doing that. If this is your first, video in the series, hello, welcome. Please go. I say start at episode 1, but start whenever. Yeah, some people are just like I'll get some videos with like 6 views and some videos of 20, and I'm thinking like, are people, and they're like unique views as well. Like this video has 12 unique views on it. Okay, are they diving in the middle? Sure. Anyway, the point is that with not so edited videos, it's a lot easier for me to make them, and thus make a load of them. I can put up like 3 episodes a day. However, if I care about the viewers' enjoyment, which I do, I should probably care about making sure it's actually entertaining to watch, in the sense that if there's a long period of me sitting still umming and ahhing, you've seen what I do sometimes, I can probably cut out a chunk of that. And with the previous 3 episodes, I've gone to an effort to try and piecemeal it together. Unfortunately, the more I cut out, the more disjointed it seems to become, because my brain does not my brain will just like follow certain patterns and not articulate it, so you kind of have to watch the mouse just hover over, say, an organ for like 5 minutes for you to realize, oh, I'm talking about a forge instrument over there. But yeah, what was my point? So if I go for more heavily edited videos, and I think the hour and a half of footage I wound up splitting into episode 41 and 42. That took me like, I don't know, 3.5 hours to fully edit, which is a lot of work, because it takes a surprising amount of time. You can't just like play through it once and listen. You have to keep stopping and pausing and, okay, what's going on here? Am I making sense? Do I need to cut this out? Decisions. So that is an hour and a half of playing the game that I want to play, and 3.5 hours of making a video out. Yeah, plus an extra 3.5 hours of making a video out of it, so 5 hours in total for an hour and a half of playing, which it seems a bit extreme. So I'm gonna be like, well, I haven't fully decided yet. I need to see. Probably need to have more of a feel of things, see what I like, see what I don't like, see if there is a discernible feedback from YouTube and statistics and comment section if you want to comment in certain ways. Yeah. If yeah, I need feedback from that sort of thing, and then I can sort of make a decision based on effectively assessing my priorities. Yeah, assessing my priorities. By the way, it's staying paused because hopefully, like, if you don't want to hear all this stuff, I intend to have a watermark up on screen saying like skip to this time, which should still be there. But yeah, if you're listening, you've probably noticed by now that I have a very ADD brain. I lose track of my thoughts and everything. That is a problem with me. I'll call it a problem, sure. It's definitely something that makes editing harder. But my objective in this series is basically to document my first experience with the game and play through my experience with the game. Show that I know we're making progress. I don't know how much longer I have left as a first series. There are other things that, quote unquote, being a successful YouTuber, like if I was trying to be successful, be like get a load of viewers and everything, there are other things that you need to be doing that I'm just not, like being entertaining, showing my personality. This game, or at least the way I've been playing this game, I've not really been showing my personality because there's always something to be doing, and if you're not doing it, you just speed up time to time 6 and like fast forward to the thing that needs next doing. So there's not really empty space for me to be projecting a personality or anything. So it's just kind of, here is the game, here is me playing through the game, but it's very much the game focused rather than me as a person focused. Which I'm okay with, honestly, because like I said, this is more an exercise in creativity on my part for creating videos, editing the videos and uploading the videos, that sort of practice. I'm getting enjoyment out of that as well. So to say, I'm enjoying editing videos and uploading them. That is part of the creativeness of this whole exercise, and voicing and playing in a manner that is informative, hopefully, to people. So yeah, essentially that is my main focus, not so much the whole being entertaining, getting views and getting subscribers, etc. The point being, I don't know, these videos aren't scripted. The point being that I'm probably going to try and strike a balance between editing videos to create an enjoyable user experience, but not to such an extent where I find I'm spending 3.5 hours editing videos and only an hour and a half playing the game. I want to play the game. Speaking of, hey, welcome back. If you skipped through, I was talking about a load of shit, but now we can return to where were we? We were going crazy about an egg, and between episodes, I had a bit of a think. So we have up here, no, we have up here, shrine, which, shrine to St. Januarius. It accepts knock. We've been freaking out about knock and hyper-focusing on it. So things that we care about, things that we established with knock, is that there is a memory called a curious hunch, which is quite a powerful memory. I took a note of it. Heart 3, knock 4, lantern 3, and moth 3. It's quite useful. Of course, we gotta get to knock 10 to be able to do that, and we're not the best at that, all things considered. So we basically have to use a preliminary meter here, which has 3 knock. That's quite good. Our shaft 2, and I noticed here, so we have a remembrance which accepts a memory which accepts a memory, and a devotion which accepts these things. Now we're kind of limited for elements of the soul, so we can't put a second element of the soul with knock in here. However, we can put our little snake friend in there, tame viper. I believe so anyway, which would effectively amount to 10 knock if we combine shaft 2 knock from shaft, 2 from the viper. The skill provides 3. And here's where I was maybe a bit dumb. We have a memory of a pattern which provides 2 knock, and we also have a memory of salt or an enduring reflection. The memory of salt provides 1 knock. I kind of ruled it out as it only was providing 1, but preliminary meter provides 3, so that kind of makes up for it. We can get 10 knock out of a recipe with our little snake friend, and what is that costing us? The shaft in the recipe, any skill to read a book, any skill again to read a second book for 2 memories, and a bit of food for the viper, who, I don't know, I'm pretty sure we can feed him anything, even a sack of vegetables. We can get more food quite easily. Yeah, we got some vegetables here and there, which is much more accessible to us than candles. Burning through candles in the mirror room is our other method of getting 10 knock it with a preliminary meter. And currently our moth orchid scented candles are in a limited supply. Once we get back round to hopefully spring or summer, we should be able to pull something out of the beehive, beeswax ideally, and then in theory, if we can, beeswax out of the beehive, moth orchids out of here, we should in theory be able to make a candle a day roughly if we production line that, at least through spring and or summer. I forget which months provide the moth orchid flowers. Point is, we have a way of getting a curious hunch cost effectively. Bit of food for the viper and a few skills, one of which is our shaft. What do we do with that curious hunch? So, and loud noise incoming. If loud noise, we have a foundry here, right? This is another thing I looked at, which also accepts knock. I didn't notice this last time because it's very loud, so I try not to click on it. But we can put shaft in here, we can put a skill in here, a memory, which the Curious Hunter would provide 4, and we also have metal and fuel. However, we're going to ignore the fact that it says metal and fuel, and instead we're going to look at glass and liquid. So we have over here a amethyst ampule, Yep, amethyst ampule. See here, it's got knock 2 and glass. And it's also a liquid. So we could put 2 amethyst ampules in here for 4 knock. Even better, we have a glass finger toxin, which is a liquid and 4 knock. So glass finger toxin as our quote-unquote fuel, amethyst ampule as our quote-unquote metal, and then skill and soul both should provide, I'm going to say roughly 4 if we recover our shaft after making Curious Hunch, and then Curious Hunch in here can provide quite a substantial amount. What we're looking at there is 4 or 6. Let's work on 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then if we have something here, say preliminal meter with 3, that gets us up to 15. We would at least be able to see what we can make here with 15 knock, or at least it should hopefully tell us a hint of like the specific item we need, because as you're aware, keeper level challenges for the most challenging recipes provide 15 degrees of the relevant aspect. Every keeper level recipe also needs a very specific ingredient. The perfect ingredient may even mean you need less aspect. Hopefully it'll give us a hint as to what the exact ingredient we need for that is. Also, I just remembered we have this here sacrament, which is a liquid and 6 by itself. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, we would be able to see every one of our knock skills 15th level by these. So loud noise again. So another thing that I didn't really vocalize except between episodes, I vocalized to myself, the reason why we are keeping these things around, these sacraments, some of these aren't interesting, but we have, sacrament calcite and sacrament malachite and sacrament acidite, and this has a good amount of grail. These are our divining rods. We're keeping hold of them. We're not using them because we can throw them into a recipe quite easily, as if we're going to use them. Say if we want to see, what does a door on a wall have? If we put 10 knock into it, well, we have 6 knock from here, door and wall and shaft. We can very easily see what the text says about 10 knock. This is true for all of these with 6 aspect, because they're very hard to come by, and until we find a way to replace these, like make more of them, they're just going to stay there and act as our divining rods. We can see very clearly what high level grail, heart, nectar or knock would give us if we use them, or if we could summon that much aspect without using them. So that's why we're not going to use this to make an egg, sadly. I know I was umming and ahhing about whether or not it'd be worth it. I basically reminded myself between episodes that until we can find some other way to get 6 knock out of one item, I don't think using that is worth it, because it leaves us blind towards what other options are available to us. Cool. That was a load of rambling, but that's a load of thought process. Also, essential periost, we know how to make more of that, so that's quite nice. Yeah, a load of rambling. Hopefully, that is why you're here, to see the brain thought process that I offer whilst playing this game. Brewable. One thing entirely unrelated. This is how to play this game with ADD. Viper egg. For some reason that's brewable. Ready to be steeped or warmed or transformed. I don't know what that means, because if you look at our hen egg, it's not brewable. So for some reason, A viper egg is discernibly more brewable than a hen's egg. Strange. Also, I had a thought. I wonder if we can, like a hen, can we just get the viper to lay an egg? Talk to you about, I don't know, Arab? It might offer something in return. Let's find out, because it's, what did it say? Yeah, tamed viper and a viper egg. Surely the two might be related. Cool. What the hell are we doing today other than that? Did I just use... No, I used my Arab. What the hell's my Fost Plus? Probably busy somewhere. Cool. What else have we been doing? We have been opening books. We've made a good delve into these here courier books. And I believe things haven't gone terribly. Ah, yes, we had this challenge here that we were we've not provided enough winter for this, and it's not showing us any sign of challenges that we might overcome. Over here, we're working on that just fine. Over here, what the hell are we doing? Ah, yes, this is where our Fost Plus is. Are we... Why is this already... Oh, okay. We have two I'm reading in here. It should be one of them is I'm reading, and then when this finishes, I've read. That might be a bit weird, or it might come out a bit weird. Victory of Crowns is fine. Yes, what are we working on? Books and things. Do we want to learn more books or discover more books? Probably discover, I think. You know, yeah, sure, discover. Cool. I am going to actually hold off because we're about to see what these complete as. Okay, yeah. Let's read this first, and then we'll see what's going on with our winter challenge over there. Hubris thesis. The hubris thesis. Is that hubris's thesis? There we go. Plural. Hubris's thesis. The stars, planets, and other bodies are proxies, or even essence of the hours, and that conjunctions and occlusions reveal the outcome of our intrigues in the mensis. Hubris declares that the great comet of 1577 was the physical embodiment of the hour named Matricard, that it disintegrated but its fragments gravitate to bone marrow, where they can be located even now. He insists that oronoscopic techniques can be used with essential periost and sufficient winter to create a talisman gerifugic. He insists that oronoscopic techniques, we have that, oronoscopy, can be used with essential periost, that's an item we have, and sufficient winter to create a talisman gerifugic thing. So we need oronoscopy with essential periost, and I'm thinking this is a hint towards a keeper level challenge, so because it specifies essential periost. It's got 4 in it. Hang on. Let's put some stuff down before I close out of this, because I don't want things going to the river. Not river, bridge. Technically a river, but you know. Cool. So I will keep hold of essential periost, as that is now a reminder for me. Bells and Brazieri is great. Fost, great. Echo, great. Demortu Corporeum, if we throw that, that went somewhere. Memory of a Storm. Let me just write this down. And more lessons in oronoscopy. Which, given that we just learned that oronoscopy is good for winter, it doesn't have any fucking winter, which is a bit annoying. Oronoscopy and winter. We don't have any fucking winter. Because our whist is busy, so we have snow. What can we do with oronoscopy? What has winter about it? Any musical instruments? Because I know they've got the musical instruments always have sky to them. But I don't think we have a winter musical instrument, probably because, you know, it's not the most musical of of aspects. Silence and death. Here is an option, so what does the bug? Maybe loud noise? I don't know. No? Okay. Also, they also have a knock, so they can help us, if not the Viper. I don't think we have a particular... We have a year tally, but we can't put essential periost in there, can we? There's just remains. It's not liquid. Solution, so we can throw in Solomon's preparation. That is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, nothing from skill. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 11. Does the snow help us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14 between the two of them. Yeah. Let me just double check our... Yeah, our whist definitely has 3. Yeah. Armicistry and Hushery. What else do we have with Moon and Sky? We have quite a lot of Sky. We could... Although that's already been committed, we don't want to focus it too much, despite how much I love Forge. Thinking what we can use the lessons on, if not oronoscopy. So if we bumped oronoscopy up to level 3, go into either Hushery or Armicistry. It's over here. We do need something at level 3 for Armicistry. Hushery is only level 2 at the moment. We'll probably put it in Armicistry. Wouldn't be too horrible. There's no other way to subvert Armicistry unless we climb all the way up to Ithistry and then just jump over all that. So, okay, fine. We'll allow our lessons for oronoscopy to improve it. I realise I did sideline the essential periost plus oronoscopy thing. I don't think we have enough right now. We might need to strengthen our whist a bit more, or find a stronger winter liquid other than essential periost. Although we can apply two essential periost into here, but that isn't that isn't solving the problem. We have 4 from this anyway. So we could probably try and find a strong winter memory. Would probably be the only other way to buff that up. Another time. Or it might even be, you never know, it could just be winter 10 that it's asking for. If so, nope, we can't put that in there. Bye, you're so useless. Oratory is so weak. We can use it in here, but we can't use that in here. Where the hell can we use this? Use it over here? No. Okay, so we can't. We don't even have a thing that accepts both. Do I speak too soon? No. We don't have a workstation that'll accept both oratory and essential periost right now. We'll find it later, I'm sure. But might as well put this back wherever we found it, if it wants to go back. Does it not want to go back? It does, weirdly. But definitely something I should make a note of. Well, this looks like a good cutting off point of this video. Again, it's a recording session that got away from me and I wound up being about an hour long, so I figured best to split it in half. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Next time we will be picking up where we left off. We decided not to do anything with the periost and oratory 15 recipe, although I made a note of it and it's on the back burner for next time, or for a later point. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for sitting through the beginning if you sat through it. If you didn't, no worries, and just my thoughts anyway. Thank you for getting this far at least. If you like the video, feel free to like the video, etc. And next time, I'll see you then. Peace.